What's up, guys? I'm playing some rapid chess on chess.com, and I'm going to be explaining my thought process behind each move. I think if you pay attention, you will learn something, and this will help you improve your rating. So d4, let's play knight f6. We are going to stop the other pawn from coming forward, so we don't let them get an easy 2 pawns in the center, and so they just push it up 1. And I'll play d5, get a pawn of my own out there. They play bishop d3, so they're just going for like probably a collie setup. Could go into a stonewall. I think I'll play c5, just put some pressure on the center. Yeah, so they are going for this, looks like a collie setup. To bring out the knight, put more pressure on the center. What's up, Rob? How's it going? Knight to d2. I mean, I guess we can develop our bishop just to get it outside of the pawn chain before I play e6. Let's go bishop g4, attacks the queen. Of course, they could play f3 if they want. Okay, we'll just go back. And now they take over here. Interesting move. I guess we're going to play e5 and get 2 pawns in the center. Now, e6 also might make sense, but I think it's time to be a little bit more aggressive. The other thing is, are they going to play b4 and try to hold on to their pawn? Maybe they will. Do I really care? I mean, if I really want to, I can try to play a5. I don't think so. I think we just get the pawns in the center. If they really want to spend all the time doing this, we'll let them, and we'll just... Okay, they do. They do. And now let's think about this. So we have a little bit of a lead in development. If you look at the pieces, we have 3. They only have 2. They have a little bit of an awkward setup. I mean, they've taken away this square from their knight. I think now we want to be thinking about moves like d4 and see if we can cause some problems to the king. So for example, takes. Maybe our queen can jump in, our knight can jump in. If they only take once and push by, I still think that's pretty good because we've weakened this. Yeah, I think d4 has got to be the move. It just seems like it's time, right? Before they can consolidate their pieces and keep their extra pawn, I think now is when we have to make something happen, okay? Yeah, this person is doing some really weird stuff. I can't believe that this is good. Oh, it's a new account. Oh my. It's a new account. Oh boy. Hold on. They're 1300 in blitz. Great. I thought something felt off about this. Okay, well, let's just try to calculate as best we can. I mean, the first move that comes to my mind is knight takes g4. And we come over here with check. King's going to move somewhere. Alternatively, I could just take here and hit the knight and the bishop. Now, the thing is, like, let's say I take this one. They're going to move the knight somewhere. They're going to move the knight somewhere. Where? Here, and then we could jump in. There's a check. I mean... If they went king e2, we could take with check, but they still have knight f3. Maybe it's not good enough to sack. It just feels like I should. Taking here, the knight's going to move. I'm worried about like knight c4. Here, check. We go back. Knight comes to e5. I don't think I'm doing very well in that situation. I mean, I could go back. I guess this is not awful. Maybe I should just do that. Let's just go back. Because we have a good thing going here, I think. So I don't think I want to panic. I just be patient. This is going to be good for us. We've got some potential targets. White has a lot of weaknesses. We'll take back. Now we've opened up the rook here. Yeah, this account's very new though. It's September 2025, so extremely new account, already at 2400, and they're playing some very weird moves. Okay, I guess we take it. So when somebody has like these pawns that are annoying, if you can undermine the support, that's how they kind of crumble. So that's what I'm trying to do by this break, right? Because if they take, we take back, and then this is also weak, and we can take that. They go with a check. I guess we have to just block here. We could castle if we need to get away from this, and then bring the rook over. I mean, I do like that the rook's already on an open file here, though. So let's see what's going to happen with this. Now, if they take, I might consider jumping in with the knight because it comes with a tempo on the queen. Still taking with the queen is also good because we get the rook. I don't know if they would play rook b1 there and just try to defend. Okay, so they go here. So option one, we push the pawn, attack the queen. I don't know how good that is because then they just move somewhere. And then what do? We don't really have a clear follow-up. Option two, I take here. They take back. Then their bishop's pretty powerful. They're going to castle. I don't like that. Option three, we castle and we threaten maybe rook e8. But they're going to castle and get away. Well, probably don't want to leave my king here, so I guess we just castle. I mean, yeah, there's going to be maybe an attack. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time. Because for all I know, I'm playing against an engine anyway, so... Knight e4. Let's see. Does taking here do anything for me? Takes. We jump the knight in. That's a fork. Or I jump in first. He's going to castle maybe. I don't know. All right, let's take it. My idea is that I can jump in here with knight d5. Oh, there's... No, rook d1 doesn't work because we take it. Yeah, let's do it. So we have a fork here. We're attacking this twice. We're also attacking the bishop. He doesn't really want to let me trade this because then my bishop becomes really powerful. For some reason, I thought I could just take this. So I take, he gets my queen, I get his queen, that's good for me. I take, he's going to take back. My queen is under attack. I have to move it. Ooh, then his knight is jumping in. That's interesting. That's very interesting. We could also throw in a check, but why? Let's see, takes, check, king moves, then we take. That looks good. What if the king moves right away? What are we doing there? If we take at that moment, and our queen can come out, I kind of like that because it gives my queen a good place to go to. You guys see the difference, right? If I take it now, the queen doesn't have a good place to go to. I have to go to like c7, then I just get hit. If I throw in this check, then make the trade, and then I think my queen has a good place to go to on f6. I could be wrong here, but I'm going to go for it. Okay, he takes it, so we come out here with a check. Ah, bishop back to d2. Okay. Well, I still think I'm going to put the queen on f6. Because we are threatening this. We are threatening this. We are probably threatening to bring a rook over. So, I mean, it just looks like a bad position. That's just a trade. This is a pawn. This is a nice attack on the queen. I don't want to spend too much time. I think I'm just going to take this guy. Which way, though? Let's take with this knight. Maybe the other one was better. I don't know. I just like how this guy's defended, so I don't need to worry about my knights too much. And now maybe we go rook e8. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, so even material, but his king is weaker than ours. Okay, the knight's under attack. So a5, but then a3. We could just move. Is that the move I want to play, though? Yeah, let's do it. Defend the knight from the bishop here. And I'm still thinking about where I'm going to put my rooks. There's a lot of options. I assume white's going to play knight e2 here. Oh no, 92, I guess I take the pawn. He goes bishop c3. Okay. So where does my queen need to go is the question. Where can my queen go? Queen here? Or here or here? I don't have a lot of options, do I? So I could go to e6, but I don't think I want to make that trade. Huh. This one looks like we're just going to get chased around. I guess it's e7. I guess we go to e7. Okay. I think I need to get these rooks in the game as quickly as possible. I'm going to try not to lose on time also. Rook e8 is an idea. Knight here is an idea. Rook c8 is an idea. Let me go rook c8, because this is a weak pawn. And if I could take that, I think we're in good shape. He's threatening this. He's threatening that. So king h7. I don't know if that's what I really want to play, though. King h8. Let's see. 95 takes. Oh, let's do it. That looks like it should be winning for me somehow. I don't know exactly how. Basically, what I'm saying is if you take this, I take. Then I'm coming in with my rook if you take this. Oh, my queen's hanging. Ah, I messed up. I forgot my queen is hanging. I can't do what I wanted to do. He's just going to take it and take here. Man. Oh, maybe I play rook c5 now. He still has knight g6 though. What an annoying move. What an annoying move. Knight g6. Yeah, I guess we lose. I can't avoid losing the exchange here, unfortunately. So we're going to play a rook against the knight, which is losing, but I can't do anything about it. Rook d7. I mean, and I only have a minute, so that's another problem. That's another problem. Maybe they won't see my threat. Maybe they won't see it. That's actually a pretty annoying threat because you have to be careful where you move your king. Like, if they go here, we win. Checkmate. So I guess they're going to go here and give me the pawn. Or... rook. Okay. Let me go check. Let me threaten checkmate. They're going to play rook here. What should I do? What should I do? I just don't want to let them get 2 rooks here. I'd like to push my pawn here. No, they don't let me do it. Okay. Let's try to attack this one. Oh! Yeah, this is over, guys. This is over. I forgot I was blundering my knight. Ay. I could resign. I probably should resign. Yeah. Man. Well, let's do some investigation, because I'm not totally convinced that that was a person. Let's see. I'll tell you in just a second. I'll tell you in just a second. Oh, 78. Okay. But I felt like they were playing bad moves early. The question is, did they play bad moves and then turn on an engine, or did I just blunder it away? Let's see. Okay, of course, G4 had to have been bad. Yeah, okay, expected that. Okay, so we're totally winning. I needed to play knight takes C3. Wow. Wow. I mean, I should have won. I should have won. I probably should have won. I just messed up. It gets in my head when I play against accounts that are just brand new. I can't think straight, basically. All right, let's go E4. Knight C6. Okay, let's play knight F3. We could transpose to like some normal. Okay, we do, which is fine. Now we can play a Scotch game. Great, no problems. We'll take it back. Okay, I know for a fact this is like not really a great move, but you have to be careful. I'm pretty sure the best thing is just to go back. And the idea is we want to attack the queen and make the queen kind of a liability for black. So bishop G5, if we can jump our knight here, that could be another way. So I think I'm just going to go knight C3 with the idea that I'm threatening knight D5. They're probably going to go here. But then I wonder, can we just play bishop G5 at that moment? Oh, they go here. Whoa. So they're going to allow me to jump in. If they take, I could take back with the pawn. The queen is going to have to move somewhere that defends this square. Otherwise, we get a fork. Which means here. Or here. Here, I think we have bishop b5, so that doesn't do anything. So they have to go here or here. Okay. Is that a good position for me? Yeah, we have bishop f4 actually on that one. So they'd have to go back to d8. That's a good position. Let's do it. This should be a good position for us. I think they have to go back to d8, if I'm not mistaken. Freedom Psi Nuke, I think, or NK9UE. That's actually not Nuke, which looks like Nuke. Thank you. All right, so do you guys see why they have to go back to d8? I think this is important that you understand this. Why do they have to go back to d8? Because they have to move the queen, yes. They have to defend the fork, yes. If you go here, there's this really nice tactic, bishop b5. We force the queen to leave, and you can't take me because it's defended. So that means this one, but then bishop f4 hits it, and they're going to get forked afterwards. So by process of elimination, that's the only move left. And I think this is a good position for us. I'm almost considering playing the move rook g1 just because I don't see how they're going to defend that except by g6, and then I have bishop g5. Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should do that, taking advantage of the open file. Remember, even though we have doubled pawns, it does come with a benefit, and I'm going to use it now. They play c6 right away. Okay, I didn't think about that. Wait a second. Takes. We have a fork. Queen e7 would defend both. Bishop c4. Knight h6. Queen h5. Maybe I shouldn't sack it. What about bishop g5 right away? f6. I don't know what's going on there. I guess we could go back to e3. Queen a5. We have b4 or bishop d2 there. This position is a total mess, actually. I'm going to do it. It looks tricky, but I think we can get away with it. Guys. f6. There's tactic that you should be aware of this one. When you have like multiple pieces hanging, if you can go back and attack something, and then the other piece that's under attack is the piece that's defending, you're in a good position because now if they take, you can actually save both pieces. And of course, if they take here, you take this. That's not an option. We just take it. So we've sort of lured them into playing this move, which is actually a bad move for black because now your knight can't go there. You've created some weaknesses. This is even more dangerous now. So this little maneuver kind of helps us out in the long run, right? Okay, and they do take me, and I'll take back with the knight. So I'm happy about this. This is an annoying threat. So they go there. Ooh. Knight f5? Are you sure that's a good move? Check. c3 takes. I'm doing it. I think black's king is going to be in more trouble than mine. He's going to get a little bit of pressure, but nothing we can't deal with pretty easily. Meanwhile, black's king is going to be in big trouble. So c3. I almost wonder. Hold on. Check. Either we take here. There's also queen d6. Looks pretty interesting. Queen d6 is a big sacrifice, though, right? We're giving up all our pieces, so I don't think we should do that right now. But this one looks very promising. Also this one. This check's annoying because at queen d2 I lose the rook, so I don't really want to let that happen. So I think I want to do this. This guarantees that his king is going to be in trouble, right? And now it's just a question of how do I deal with this problem, but it looks like rook c1 is a pretty simple solution for me. And my king's pretty safe, and his is not going to be. So rook c1? Yeah, rook c1 because I think it's important to defend the pawn. He's got to decide which way he's going to run with his king, of course. Ooh. 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 Wait, what? Bishop c4. I'm sorry. Bishop c4. If you play d5, I just take, check. You can't go there, so you have to go here or here. If you go here, check, mate. So you have to go here. Check. Wow, this guy is just asking for it. He's just asking for it, guys. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. You can't be scared when you play chess. You just can't do it. You can't do it. It's just a bishop. It's just a bishop. Let's go. Let's go checkmate that king. I don't actually see a checkmate, but that's where, you know, you have to have a little courage sometimes when you play chess and just go for it. This is what we're doing here. All right. Okay. Check. Bishop takes. Rook comes down. I don't know if that's good enough. You know, I could also just move my bishop. Now I can let him take here because now I have king f1 to get away. No, I don't. I should check. Oh, I have king e2 though because my bishop's out. So king e2 is not so bad anymore. So bishop b3 is a move. Bishop b3 is a move. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, maybe I'll just go here when he takes, play king e2. I would play king f1 if it didn't walk into this. But that would just be a free developing move, and I'd have to go to e2 anyway. So I may as well go straight to e2. What a fascinating position we have, guys. Somehow it's equal material. And both of our kings are... Okay, do I go up again? No, then he's going to keep checking me. I don't want a perpetual, so bishop c2 probably have to play. I don't want a perpetual. I want to win this game. Rook b1 would be nice to get the rook out of the corner and controlling some of the board. Yeah, he wants to go here, obviously. So rook b1 check here. Check. Eesh. Eesh, eesh, eesh. Queen d3 would stop that, actually. Although a5, and I'd have to move my king again. F4? Is F4 a move? Check, and then I run over here. Check, and I run back, and I hide. Oh, wow. Should I do that? Should I actually do that? Let's go. Let's go. Bishop a6, king f3. We're going to just run. We're going to run to the corner. I don't know if this is a good plan or not, but we're going to do it. Check, king here. Check, king here. Looks good. I don't see any immediate problems with it. Oh, he plays this instead. Okay. Okay, so maybe we go f3 and just tuck the king here. Is that a plan instead? Yeah, let's do that. Somehow, I thought I was going to get more of an attack on his king, but I just don't really see a good way to attack it, unfortunately. Okay, we go there. He's going to bring a rook over, and then I have to move my queen probably to c1. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, don't like that. I have to do it. I have to do it. I don't like it because his rook's going to invade. That's why I don't like it. His rook is going to invade on d2, and I can't go here because that's probably going to lead to a checkmate. Maybe not, but it doesn't look good for me. I could go for it, check, or I run this way. Okay. Rook here, we're going to go this way. Check, I have f5 to block it off. Okay, check f5. I don't see how else he's going to attack me. King f7, we have bishop b3. King f8, we have a check. Okay, let's go f5. Somehow, we're surviving here. We are surviving. Okay, so I think we're looking at bishop b3 next to hit the rook. Okay. Ah, but then he just takes me. Interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I mess up? Did I mess this up, guys? Ah, I think we're going to have to sack a piece. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I didn't see that was going to happen like that. But we get a little bit of play. I mean, we get to activate our rook, so it's not all bad news, I guess. His bishop's under attack. We're going to come on the 7th rank. His knight's a little bit out of play at the moment, but he's going to reroute it soon. Okay, so I'm threatening this to win the bishop back. He's going to play what? Move his king? Move it? No, he's going to move his knight. Although, no, then I have f4. So he goes there. Okay. So we've got a few pawns for the piece. It's not over yet. I can also target this guy. Fascinating position here. I'm almost caught up on time. That's the good news. Let's go here. Because if he trades this, I'm going to get this other pawn. And if he doesn't have any pawns left, he might actually be able to get a draw here. Yeah, can he actually win this? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Let's go. Let's go. We got another one. We got another one. Okay, now I should definitely have a draw. I don't think he can win this anymore. These two pawns that I'm going to have, I don't think he's going to be able to win, especially not with the time situation. We're probably going to be able to flag this guy. Probably going to be able to flag him now. Sneaky tactic. Okay. Okay. We tricked him. We tricked him, guys. And his king's cut off. His king is cut off. Ooh, I didn't see that. I did not see that one. Uh-oh, he tricked me. He tricked me. I'm still going to flag him. I'm still going to flag this guy. I think. Should I do it? It's such a lame way to win. It's such a lame way to win. Hmm. All he has to do is make 50 moves. If he makes 50 moves, he can get a draw. Is that a blunder? Is that a blunder? Check, check. Yep. Okay. Not my most honorable win. Okay, pretty well played game. Pretty high accuracy. I did have a brilliant move. What was the brilliant move? Ah, bishop d5. Okay. And he plays the best move. He doesn't take it. Oh, he played this part of the game really well. He played this part of the game really, really well. Actually, perfectly. He played it perfectly. That middle game part. Every move, yeah. Every single move. And then we tricked him at the end. We tricked him right here. So he forgot about the pawn. That was one thing. And then in the time pressure, right here, we tricked him again. Of course, if you take it, you get forked. And then he saw that, but he forgot that I was also attacking his bishop. So there we go. And then I messed this up by giving him this pawn, I guess. Although Stockfish says it's a draw anyway. And by the way, if you guys are ever in a time scramble at the end with rook against rook, the way that you can sometimes win, like you saw in the game, is get your king kind of close to their king. And a lot of people will check you at some random time. And what you're looking for, yeah, is something like this, where you keep your king hitting their rook. Because if they're not paying attention, like this person, and usually it's in a time scramble, right? And they go here, then they lose. Because now you check, and whenever you have a situation like this, you can check and grab the rook, okay? And even if, going back to here, they didn't mess up, and they went here, I was still going to try to set this up by going here, right? Just creating this tension. And again, if they're not paying attention, you can very easily blunder as black. If you go here or if you go here and then bam, you win the rook, right? Super common. Super. I mean, this guy's 2,300 and you fell for it, right? I've fallen for it because I would just, you don't have time, right? So you can easily make that mistake. So probably the best way to not lose this position if you just want to draw is to keep your rook like far away from the king, you know, just keep it far away so that this kind of situation doesn't happen, right? Just something to keep in mind. Okay. Okay. I think we can try a Grand Prix attack. Perfect. So the rule of thumb when you're playing the Grand Prix attack with the 2 pawns up is if they play d6, you know you can put your bishop on c4 right away. Because if they're ever going to play d5 later to chase you away, it's going to cost them 2 moves. So as soon as you see d6, you're happy to put your bishop here. If they don't play d6 and instead they play like e6, you probably don't want to go there because they can just in one move hit your bishop, right? So that's usually when the bishop maybe goes to b5 instead. But in this case, I'm happy with it here. Let's go knight f3. And you always want to ask yourself, like, is this a blunder? Like, is this a blunder? For example, knight here, they take my queen, I have checkmate, okay? But the problem is, of course, if I go knight here, they would just take me with the pawn, and I can't take this, so it doesn't quite work. But you have to pay attention to those kind of tactics. Knight g5 is not checkmate, they would run away. So that doesn't quite work. Yeah, it's close, but it's not anything. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna castle. Although there's knight d4 coming, so maybe I do want to deal with this in a better way. Let me think about this. Like, man, I could force the issue. Let me play d3. Let me just play d3. I won't castle just yet, because if they do come here and mess up my pawn structure, maybe I actually don't want to castle. So let's see what happens. If they do go for that right away. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to wait, play a developing move, and see if they're going to go for this trade or not. And maybe I won't castle. It might be safer for my king over here. Okay, they take with the bishop. So we take back. This is not the typical Grand Prix setup. They didn't really do the normal moves. They kind of just went for this early bishop trade, which I'm not sure if how good that is for black. And now they just go back. Yeah, that can't be right. You're wasting so much time. That doesn't seem very good. So, I mean, if you look at it, I'm ready to play 2 moves and be completely done with development. They still have to figure out how to get their bishop in. So it's going to take them at least 3 moves. And I don't even know if they want to castle here anymore. So, yeah, I think we just go queen up and castle this way and then try to attack somehow. Like maybe I use this to attack them if they castle here. Maybe I use my mass of pawns in the center to just like push forward. Okay. Let's go ahead and castle. Oh, did I just blunder something? D5? Did I just blunder this fork? I just blundered and they didn't see it. I just blundered the fork and they did not see it. Wow. You can't you can't leave your pieces like this if they have a tempo. Oof. That was a big mistake by me. They didn't see it. We got lucky. We got lucky there. So how do I fix it from not happening now? Okay, this is the threat, and that's going to lose a piece for me. It's going to lose a piece. I mean, I can just go back, I guess. It's not coming with the tempo. Might be the easiest thing to do. Or I can play d4 now and just... Yeah, let's just play d4. Let's just play d4. So then now they can't push and fork me. I will have to give up my bishop for the knight, but it's obviously better than losing a piece. So if black was paying attention, had a good move. Good thing about my position, though, is I'm castled, my king is safe, and I can start trying to attack stuff. And black is the one who has to waste some time getting their king out of the center. So if we play e5, takes, the knight has to move. Do I like that endgame? That's probably a pretty good endgame, actually. Yeah, I'll do it. The reason I think it's a good ending is because, well, after he makes the trade, I'll explain. So the reason this is good for me is the knight has to go somewhere awkward. You can't go to a nice central square. You either have to go to the edge of the board, which is bad, or you have to go here, which allows me to attack it. I'm the one who has the file. Black still has to castle. I'm the one who's kind of threatening to maybe invade at some point. And it just looks like I'm ready to start attacking before black is really ready to handle it, right? Like I could even consider knight e4 and jump in here maybe as well. I think I'm going to go here. Oh, my pawn is hanging. Oops. I forgot about the pawn. Ah, it's too bad. Okay, I'm going to have to spend a move playing f4. I didn't realize that. All right, well, still, my position's pretty good, but that slows me down a little bit. But he can't castle this way because of the knight. So he either has to castle this way or do something else. So he goes for this. Of course, we need to ask ourselves the question, can I take that? Bishop takes, we are hitting the knight, which is pinned. That's extremely dangerous for black. If you play a move like rook d8, I win the piece back. So the only move, do you guys see it? The only move that might save black in that position, takes. What's the only move? Unfortunately, I do think it will save them. The only move would be castling. They get out of the pin and they defend it. If I try to attack it again, they just move their knight, which is a bummer. If I take with the bishop so that I can threaten a fork, I guess they just move. Attack it, they just move. Yeah, it's not quite good enough for me. Man. Let me just check one more time. If they castle, do I have any tricks? If I line up... I can go check, but that doesn't really do much. I can go check, but that doesn't really do much. Man. That's too bad, guys. That is too bad. All right. I don't want to lose on time, so I think I have to make a decision. So the question now is, do I go back here or do I go back here? Honestly, looks like this is going to be a really nice place for the bishop. Here, I'm not really doing too much. Maybe I can try to attack there, but I think this just looks more natural. So let's do that way. So black has to figure out how to deal with the knight. Probably the simplest thing is to just move it away so it's not attacked anymore. But then I'm thinking bishop f3. Yeah, I don't know. One nice thing about the pawn structure that I will point out is I have the 3 against 2 on the queen side. It's relatively easy for me to make a pass pawn over here. Like if you imagine if a lot of these pieces get traded, relatively easy for me to make a pass pawn. It's a little bit harder for black to do that. I mean, yeah, you could still probably figure out a way to get a pass pawn, but because of the way the pawns are set up, it's not going to be quite that simple. And then sometimes at the end of the game, that's all you need to win, right? The pass pawn. If you can make it faster than your opponent can, that might be enough. So I like that too, from an endgame point of view. Okay, so he castles. He wants to move his knight somewhere and then just trade a bunch of stuff, right? So I need to decide, do I double up the rooks now? Do I bring a knight in first? Then double up? Yeah, I think we should get the knight here. That just seems like a good square for the knight. Let's do it. Put the knight there. And now I'm thinking we go rook d1. Of course, if he takes. We're going to have an opposite colored bishop ending. Ooh. I didn't want an opposite colored bishop ending, so maybe I need to go knight d6 to make sure. Yeah, because opposite colored bishops, super drawish. We definitely don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Now let's go here. We'll go for the bishop against the knight. Now, I don't like that I have this weak pawn, but at least I can defend it relatively straightforwardly here, and hopefully the bishop's power will make up for the fact. I may even lose this pawn, actually, which I don't like, but I didn't want to take a draw, basically, so... And it's still going to be a little tricky for him to take this pawn. Even though it's a weakness, it's not that easy to figure out how to take it, because my bishop is going to be coming in and potentially causing some problems, I think. So let's double up and then bring the bishop. Okay, so if he tries to use his knight, obviously the bishop can take. Now this one... Aha. Aha. You guys see that? Sneaky tactic. That's what I was saying. It's not that simple. I think he just lost the game. I actually think he just lost the game. Because the rook is trapped. Your rook is trapped. And if you take, I take with check, and then you lose your rook. It's not that simple. I almost think he would have had to like if his king was on the b8, then I don't think this would work because he could take and this would not be with a check. But because it's with a check, he can't do that. Okay, so he's basically saying, go ahead, take my rook, and then I'll take back, and the game goes on. I could play some other moves. It's not going anywhere. We play b4. I want to kind of shut down the knight. This pawn stops these pawns. Maybe I'll play h4 next. Might even be able to set up some sort of a Zugzwang situation where he has to make a move. And he might not have any good moves. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that. Like, for example, h5, h4, f5. I mean, I can move my king and just take all the time in the world, and he has to figure out what to move. Right? I guess there's king b8, but then I take the rook. Then I take the rook. I do want to open up some files for my rook, so I would love to play this. It's not going to let me, though. Maybe we go with a4 or c4 next to open up some things over here. Maybe a4. Ah, yeah, a4 would be good. Because then we could play c4, c5 in the Fed. Oh, he disconnected? No. Okay, now we take the rook. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're sacrificing this pawn, because if they take it, I then have c4, c5, and we have this beautiful pawn chain. And of course, this is super weak. We'll get that pawn at any point in the future when we want it. So I'm not worried about losing the pawn. Black would be smart to not take me. Then I'll probably play c4, and they'll probably take here, and okay, the game goes on. Okay, yep. He wants to go here, right? If I go there, knight c6, If I take, c5, is that a winning endgame? It's very good for me because the connected pass pawns. I don't know if it's a win, though. All right, let me just play c3. I don't know if that's a win, so I won't do it just yet. I won't do it just yet. I think I'm going to try to sneak in on the A file here. I'm going to take this next and then sneak some rooks over this way to invade. Remember, rooks have to have open files. Rooks have to have open files. Of course, my king needs to be more active than it is, so let's try to fix that problem too. Okay, let's invade. Let's invade. Okay, I'm not sure what that knight is doing. I'm going to attack it, so you can't take me here because your knight is hanging. Okay, so now he's threatening to take this. I think I want to bring my king over here. So I'm going to put my rook here to defend the pawn. Now my king is free to run over here. Okay, he's trying to take my pawn. I don't know if I can stop it. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sack a pawn, but it's going to open up the position, and I think my rook will be more powerful then. I think. Okay, the guy's just blundering stuff. Blundered that tactic, and that's the game. Okay. Yeah, so pretty nice game. We were never in trouble. Although I thought I was losing a piece at one point. Wasn't I losing a piece? Wait a second. Wait a second. Right here. D5. Takes. Ah. So I am losing a piece if I allow this. But Stockfish says, who cares? Play rook he1 and go on the offensive. And just go on the offensive. Everybody's piling up, and you're going to win this position. Wow. That is fascinating. And if they play bishop e7, again, bishop takes c5 is just too strong of a threat because of the pin here. Wow. Okay, so I did blunder this, but I had a resource. Maybe I would have noticed it, maybe not. I don't know. But my opponent didn't even go for this. Okay, then I played d4. All right. So they messed up this. Bishop c6 winning. Great. I'm just curious if they would have played, let's just say, if they would have just taken it, right? And try to camp their knight here. What would have happened? Well, probably my king is going to invade. And if the king can ever invade and get to the base of the pawns, forget about it. You're done for, right? So here, now they have to move their knight somewhere. Let's say they go check. Now I invade. Yeah, and the knight, I mean, it can try to defend, but king e7. is going to force it to leave somewhere, and then we can just start taking everything. Yeah. So they were basically lost anyway. It didn't really matter. You're stuck around 1100. Would breaking 1500 be worth it for you? Yeah, absolutely. You're like the perfect rating for breaking 1500. Like 800 to 1200 is kind of the sweet spot for breaking 1500, I think. I will tell you, we're going to be doing a Black Friday deal very soon, like probably November 24th. So you might just consider waiting until then. But yeah, I definitely think it would be worth it for you. Okay. New game. And I do need to use the restroom, so I will play. What will I play? Let me try. I'm going to try something. Ooh, I'm going to play bishop b4. I'll be right back. He spent 2.5 seconds. He only spent 2.5 seconds. All right, we're going to take the knight. This is, if you've never played this against the English, it's a really easy and fun setup. You give up the dark squared bishop, put your knight on c6, and then you're going to make a pawn pyramid with the pawns on the dark squares. And guess what? We don't have a dark square bishop, so we're not blocking anybody in. And his bishop is going to be like, what do I do? Right? What do I do? We're going to go f6 in a minute. Probably I'll castle first and then play f6. Sometimes b6. So you have all your pawns on the dark squares, and his bishop is like, I can't do anything. And I'm like, I'm happy because I don't have my dark square bishop because I took a knight with it. It's a really simple system, but it's pretty good against the English, especially if you don't know what to do. All right, let's castle. I'm still probably going to play f6, but I don't need to like rush it at the moment because nothing's really being threatened. But, you know, if anything, if a piece moves here, I'm playing f6, chase it away. If this gets under pressure and I feel like I need to support it, I'm playing f6. So this is kind of the move I'm keeping in the back of my mind. Also, b6 maybe sometimes is useful. You obviously have to be a little careful because of this guy, but bishop can come out. Yeah, I think now is a good time. f6. Just get the nice pyramid there. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay, bishop's going to go here. Queen's going to go here. You can sneak over and get rid of their powerful bishop. And okay, yeah, great. I can even go bishop g4 if I want to try to bait h3. I think I'll just go to e6. This looks fine. Queen d7, bishop h3. And you notice, like, white has to figure out, okay, what do I do with this bishop? Where does it, where can I go? No, no, no. I guess here. Okay, good example. B6. There you go. I've completed my pawn, whatever you want to call this thing, my pawn setup on dark squares. Okay, what's he doing? What's he doing? We could play G5 and make it go back, which I'm very tempted to do. Although, does he have he might have a sacrifice. Knight F5, takes. That's what he wants to do. Uh-huh. So Queen D7 is probably the move here, but it does allow F5. It does allow F5. Alternatively, I could play G5, Knight F5, then Queen D7. Although then his knight is in and he's going to do stuff like this. I think we just go Queen D7 and don't. I mean, F4 doesn't really bother me too much. Let's play Queen D7. F4. If I take, you can't take with the rook because you get forked. So you have to take with the pawn. Do I like that position? Do I like that position? Knight G6. No, Knight G6 doesn't look good. Or I just leave it and play bishop here. That's another option. Not sure, guys. I think we just go here and trade the bishop off. That's what I think we do. Because if he pushes that and my bishop gets too stuck, I might have some problems. So I think now we should probably get him out and take knights. I'm not really worried about the knights getting jammed up because knights are great at jumping around in a closed position, right? And finding the weak spots. I'm not so worried about the knights. It's the bishops that you don't want to get stuck behind a bunch of pawns, right? Like as an example, this knight, even though it looks like I can't go anywhere, I could very easily jump it here to here, come over this way. I could come this way. I could come here to here. I could come even over here and this way and this way. Same thing. This knight can jump around as well, right? So lots of options for me. Let's see what is he going to do. Is he going to take me? Is he going to do something else, like play F5? I wouldn't be surprised if he plays F5. I would not be surprised if that's what we see. Haha. All right, so of course my queen is no longer defending the bishop. So we have to trade right away. And a lot of times when they play F5, you would want to play D5 and just bust open the center. I can't do that right now. I could set it up by moving my knight, playing C6 and then D5. That's one plan I think we should consider. The other plan would be G6 trying to attack here. Now, the problem with G6 is that all of a sudden this bishop becomes very annoying. So I don't think I'm going to do that. And so maybe I will just play knight A5, C6, D5. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, let's at least start. I can always change my mind and not play it later. He plays G4. Wow. Yeah, I think we should move forward. There's a principle in chess. If someone's attacking you on the flank, the best response, counterattack in the center. So that's what we're going to set up, okay? And there's something really interesting that happens when they're pushing all their pawns on the flank and you bust open the center. All of a sudden, it's like White's king starts looking a little bare. It's just amazing how it works out in your favor in a lot of cases. Yeah, he's going to just go for it. So I think I'm just going to continue with the principle here. Let's go. Let's do it. If they take me, I think I will take with the pawn and then try to tuck my king in the corner and use the G file for my rook. Taking with the rook, I don't like that it makes his bishop just become alive. And so I definitely think this, even though, yes, you have this, rook f7, king h8, rook g8, it's not that scary for me. And then I get the file. So I'm not super concerned with this one. It's very important, though, that I do get my rook there, because if not, the queen and the bishop would checkmate me. But because I can play king h8, rook g8, I'm fine. Okay, let's take back. Take back. King h8 probably on queen g4. And if bishop h6, we will go rook f7. That's what he's thinking about right now, but it looks fine for me. And now we've got some things to work with. We can start attacking in the center as well. This and this. Okay, rook f7. He's going to go queen g4. Queen g4, I don't know. Doesn't make sense because after king h8, I got the other rook coming over. Now you lose a tempo on your queen. And I think we're doing okay here. I recovered my time deficit. Yes, I did, Michael. Indeed. Okay, he wants to use his rook. I think we probably still should go king h8. Can also do this and trade the queens, which, when you're worried about getting checkmated, that sometimes is a good strategy. Takes here, queen g4. Rook g8 would be fine. No, the only issue is it gives him the d file, which is bad. That's the only issue. But I will put the king there. And now I can take and follow it up with rook d8. Okay, so this is not a threat. Queen g4 doesn't really threaten anything, so I think we could just play something like rook d8 or... Yeah, let me take and play rook d8. Whoa. So he's attacking my rook. But if I play knight f5... Oh, knight f... Wait. What's he doing? Wait. What's he doing? Knight f5 just wins, right? I attack his rook. It's defended. It defends my rook. It's a fork, so I can get rid of the annoying... Sorry, I can get rid of the annoying bishop. What is he... Check. Check. There's nothing. This guy is he's delusional. There's no attack. There's no attack. Good game, buddy. We did it. We did it. See what I mean? Attack on the flank, counterattack in the center. Works every time. Works every time. Okay. If I want to take the bishop, I can. Then his queen takes. We're actually fine. So we could do that and then just take here. Alternatively, I leave the knight there and take here immediately. Which way is better? I don't know if it matters. I almost feel like... Because if I take, and knight h4, we will have to be a little bit careful. So maybe I just leave it. Maybe I just leave it. Hold up. Takes, knight h4, takes, check. King goes there, takes, I have this. Maybe I should invest a move with the rook coming over to defend something. Okay, let's do it. Let's take this. Actually, wait. Takes knight. I have check. Hold up. How big of a deal is this, guys? Also, I could just... Wait a second. I could also just move my king. He's got nothing. I don't think this guy has anything. I think this is about to be the biggest threat on the board, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it almost looks scary, but... I don't think it actually is scary. Knight h4, I could even go check. Also, check. No, he goes rook f1. Okay, what if I just do this? What's the deal? What's the deal, guys? I'm gonna get another queen. Oh, he's gonna stop me with that? Really? Really now? I don't think you can go in the corner. So he comes out. Let's think about this. Maybe knight c4 should do the trick. I'm trying to lure the knight away so I can push here. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Seemed like a premature resignation, but he was losing, so. '89. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the plans on the Stockfish's list. Yeah, d5. It likes it. It likes it. It did want me to take with the rook. And then just play rook f7. Okay, interesting. I was pretty happy with this position. Apparently, queen h5 right now is the move. Why? What if I just bring my knight over? What's white going to do here? Rook d1. King h1. Rook g1. So, okay, Stockfish saw something like 59 moves in advance, but apparently it was good for white. All right, anyway. After this, yeah, knight takes f. He just totally missed knight f5. Now I'm just dead winning. Yep. Okay, 2450. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. This person's FIDE rating is 1982, I think is what that means. I'm not exactly sure. G6. Wow. What is happening? Let's play d4. Let's get the center. And then we'll have to figure out a setup. Okay, so he's going to do probably some e5 shenanigans. Generally, when I'm not sure, I just develop a knight. You can't go wrong with developing a knight. You can't go wrong. Okay, so he's doing like a typical King's Indian setup. I'm pretty sure we can play h3 here. So we stop any bishop g4 shenanigans, and we actually can be a little bit aggressive with these pawns over here. So let me do that with g4. Because if they castle, we're going to be ready to attack, okay? Takes, trade the queens. Do I like that endgame? Probably. Do I like that endgame? c4. I don't really want to go into an endgame, though. So I think instead I'll play d5. I mean, yeah, it's probably a fine endgame, but I'd rather play a position like this. Okay, 97. So c6 and f5 are the pawn breaks, right, that black could do in this position. This one is going to be more challenging. This one is pretty easy. I think bishop e3 would be a good move, so that I can play queen d2 and castle. Queen d2, get ready to castle. Okay, so they are going to try for f5. Okay. I guess I'm just wondering... What am I wondering? I guess I'm wondering if I just take and use the file and try to attack them, like, is that not good for me? Yeah, it should be okay. It should be okay. Let's castle. And I'm going to take one time just to open up the file, and then I'm going to go on the offensive with my bishop. They don't do it. They play a5 instead. Okay. I still think getting rid of the bishop's probably a good plan, so let's go ahead and do that regardless of if they play f5 or not. Okay, they do play f5 now, so this just transposes into a position that I am pretty happy with. So like I said, I'm going to take once here to open up the g file. Already have my bishop in position. We could even consider a move like this, but it's important to start with the forcing moves first. Well, actually, okay, we should consider this, 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 this. These are the 4 moves. Start with this one. He has knight g6, unfortunately. Knight g6 is a good move, so that doesn't work. Queen here, same thing. Knight g6 is a good move. If I take, he takes. Check. Again, knight g6 is okay, but now I have h4, h5. Guess I could even play that after this. Knight g5 is a very nasty threat. The problem is he just moves his knight here, right? He just moves his knight there. So what should we do? I kind of feel like h4. Because then if I get the pawn to h5, there is no knight g6. You know? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Also, you never know. We might want to bring this bishop over here and sneak in like this. So this seems like a pretty useful move. Okay. Black has no attack on my king. It's going to take them like 16 moves to generate an attack. So knight f6. Okay, so if I take, he takes. I go check. He runs in the corner. Alternatively, I take. Or what if I just play rook? Hold on. What if I just play? What if I play queen? Hold on. Queen g5. Knight g6. Now we have h5. 5 takes. That's fine. I think. So queen g5, knight g6, h5. So queen g5. He does have rook f7. But then rook g1. Let's go. Wait a minute. Bishop takes g7. Rook takes g7. Queen f6. Queen to f6. Am I missing something? I don't think so. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta watch out for those tactics. $15 move victory. What's the game review have to say about that? All right. Not bad. Not too bad. Okay, so it likes taking with the G pawn to open it up. It wanted rook G1 right away, and then on knight G6, take, and bishop D3, and knight H4, and just pile on. Oh, that's very smart. That's very smart. I don't know why I didn't think about that. See, I was worried about knight G6, but really, knight G6 wasn't a big deal because of this idea. Takes, takes, bam. Okay, good to note for future reference. That being said, H4 was still a pretty good move. Queen G5 was a great move. Rook F7. I mean, black's already lost, actually. Black's already lost. Even if they play knight G6, like I had said, no, H5 is not the best move because of... Oh, they just take me. Ah, and then they have time to play knight G4. What is going on? And they have time to save. Wow. Wow, I didn't see that. Ooh, okay. But, sorry, it is losing for them if I take first and then take here. What's wrong with H5? No, H5 is also good. Yeah, H5 is... So basically just trade the bishop first and then attack the knight either with H5 or by taking here, and you're going to win the piece. You're going to win the piece. Okay. So yeah, we were just winning at this point. So yeah, this is pretty good. This H3, G4 I think is pretty dangerous for black because it makes it hard for them to play F5 without, you know, the G file. Okay. 24-47. We need one more win for 24-50, guys. Let's go. 24-50. I can feel it. I can feel it. Ooh, 24-91 from Brazil, who we've beaten before, apparently. Okay. What am I going to play against this one? Let's play E5, and I'm feeling an elephant gambit. I'm feeling an elephant gambit here. And then what do I play? I think I play knight F6 here to defend the pawn. And on D3, I think we just jump out with the queen. We jump out with the queen. So they play knight C3 first, which might be smart. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, hold on. Option number one, we defend with the bishop. But then the knight's going to jump around. I don't love it. Option number two, we play here, but the knight's still going to jump around. I don't love it. Although I do have queen e5. Knight comes over here. Do we like that position for us, though? I don't know what's going on. If I play bishop b4, the knight's going to take. Then I'm going to castle. How's that looking for us? Takes, queen takes. That's pretty good. This is annoying for them. I think we should do that. Ah, queen. Wait a second. Wait a second. Am I losing my bishop? Oh ho. Oh ho ho. Or hold on. No, it's not that simple. Because let's just say, for example, c6 takes. I get the knight. I get the knight. c6 takes. I get the knight. I don't know what's happening in that position, though. That's the thing. I really don't know what's happening. Check c6 takes. Okay, if he takes me back, I'm down a bunch of pawns, but I don't really care about the pawns. It's more about, is it a good position for me or not? I could take here, play knight c6. Yeah, okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Queen b5. I guess I could also play maybe bishop d7. Nah, it doesn't seem as good, right? Knight d7? Takes. No, let's go c6. Well, I better make sure he doesn't take. Okay, take here. Yeah, this is what I was having a hard time evaluating this position. If I could castle, I think I would definitely love it. The fact that I can't castle is the only thing that really bothers me. Because if white's able to do this in castle, then I'm in trouble, right? So I have to figure out a way to get rid of the queen. Pronto. I guess you can trade. I guess you can force a trade. 3-6-7, 3-6-7-8. So we're down a pawn at the moment. We're going to be down 2 pawns if we force a trade. His pawns are all messed up. You would have a 4 against 2 majority, though. Well, he plays d3. Okay. He's going to give me this one if I want it. I think I do want it. Or do I want this one instead? Let's take this one, actually. This seems more important. Because this is going to mean he has some really bad pawn structure. So we'll take this way. I do have queen e7 to force a trade. Now might be the time. Alternatively, we go knight c6 first. Okay, maybe we go knight c6. Okay, hold on. Knight c6. If he tries to keep this, then I would be happy to play queen e7 and I got a free move. If he changes it up and goes over here, I could still play queen e7. I think however you look at it, I should definitely play knight c6 first. Get the tempo, and then we can decide on queen e7 to trade queens, or maybe just for a check or whatever. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, see, he moves the queen. He's trying to keep this. But now I can just go with queen e7 like I wanted to and force the trade. I take with the king. I'm walking into this, though. Take with the knight. That's unfortunate. Man, okay. All right, let's do it. This is such a funky position. I mean, what is going on with these pawns? Like, what is happening here, guys? Should I push this? Knight b4. No. Okay, I think I want my rook on this file. I'm threatening d4. He deals with that. I think I want to go king d7. Or maybe I go rook g8. Let's get this file. Bishop h3, I'm going king d7. I know I'm down a pawn, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be that easy for white to make use of that. Knight b5, king d7 takes. That looks very risky. Yeah, he's not going to go for it. I didn't think he would. Let's go on the offensive here. We have some targets, potentially. If the knight moves, this could be a real deal, a real threat. This is also potentially something to keep an eye on. He's going to play c3. No, he doesn't. Is that not a blunder? Takes, check here. Ah, takes, he gets the knight. I get this. I get 3 pawns for my knight. Takes, check, king goes here. Takes. He, let's say b3 or rook b1. Huh. That is very interesting. My rook would be super active. King's pretty active, though. He also has this pressure here, which I don't like. Don't know if I should go for that, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it because I don't see anything that looks much better than that right now. So let's give it a shot. Of course, he's gonna take my knight. We come in with the rook. He doesn't. I don't think he has time to take this because then we take here. He's running out of pawns. Probably gonna defend this. Ah, interesting. He's going on the offensive. I didn't see that idea. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a mess. If I move my king... We have 2 pawns for the knight at the moment. 2 pawns for the knight. My rook's super active, though. This rook's pretty good, too. He's threatening 2 things, though. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a good move. That's a good move. Don't know how to deal with that. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to try to bring my king up. I go here or here? This is not ending. This is not going well for us, guys. Just picking off these pawns so easily. Why did he go back? Why did he do that? Why do I feel like he's trying to flag me? Why? Why do I feel that way? So, if we can get both pawns rolling, maybe we have a chance to cause some problems. No, this is going to be a loss, I think. I'm going to try to come over here with my king. My king's not doing anything. The knight is too strong with the pawn. I can't get in anywhere. So I'm going to try to go around. Pretty sure we're losing, but we're going to at least try to make something happen here. I assume he's going to take the pawn and then bring his knight around or something. But it might be a little challenging for him. Of course, there's this guy that I have to keep an eye on as well. What I'm really worried about is that he's going to like take this pawn, position his king over here, sacrifice his knight for this pawn, take this with his rook and king, and have like 2 pawns against none and win. And my king's going to be out of position. Like that's how I'm envisioning we lose this. But I don't really know how to stop that from happening if he's smart about how he does things. So he goes there instead. Well, I guess I have to do this. Knight c5, takes, c6, c7. Wow. Guess that's a loss for me. Dude, so he could just play knight c5 here. Knight c5 takes. Here, c6, nope. Man. Knight c5, he's going to play it. He's going to play it. And if I have to go back here, I'm done, I think. Because then he gets my pawn. I have to move my rook away. His king comes. King, well, wow, maybe it's not as simple as I think it is. But I'm pretty sure this loses, right, guys? Takes. He's here. He's here. I'm here. He's here. I'm here. Check. I have to go. Yeah, that's going to be a win for him. It's definitely a win for him. So I have to play this. And just try to sneak my king in this way. Why is he not playing it? Am I missing something? Okay, there we go. There we go. He even has this annoying tactic. Dude. So I can't even do that. He takes the pawn. I have this. I also have this. I think I'm going to go here first. Try to get this guy. Okay, now we actually have opportunities to flag him. We do have opportunities to flag him. Threatening check and take the pawn. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He blundered that. He totally blundered that. Are we going to win this game? Are we going to win this game? Or is it a draw? My king's too far. It's a draw. My king's too far. It's probably a draw. It's probably a draw. Ah. Is there any tricks here, guys? Are there any tricks? Man. I'm pretty sure it's a draw. No, he promotes to a knight. This is a win for me, right? This is a win. There should be a win. Let me think. Should be a win. This should be a win. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Now that is what I call a swindle if I've ever seen one. How do we win a totally losing position against a almost 2,500 rated player? Look at that graph. Look at that graph. Oh my. Okay, hold on. I'm curious about the opening. Yeah, we were just kind of behind from the opening, which I kind of felt. Okay. And then we had this opportunity. Yeah, it was not the right decision to go for this. So I totally messed this up. I'm completely losing. He's just picking me apart. And then I had this idea, which I think was really smart, to come over here and cause him problems. He finds the right thing. He blunders the pawn, and then this was the critical moment where he just gives me the knight back. So now it should actually be a draw. Okay. Yeah, this is a draw. Oh, this is actually a drawn ending. I thought this was a win. So he's, by the way, guys, if he gets a queen, look at this beautiful checkmate. That is so funny. That is so funny. So he promotes to the knight to avoid checkmate, right? And Stockfish says this is, for some reason, I thought this was a win. I'm going to turn on the table base. No, it is a draw. Wow. So if he doesn't make a mistake, it's a draw. But he has 9 seconds and I have 25 seconds. So of course, I'm going to be able to make it tricky. And he eventually blunders the knight. Oh, now it's winning. Oh, wait a second. So it's only a draw if he plays king e8. As soon as he moves the knight away like this, now it's a win for me. Ah, I can go like check, Stockfish says, and rook d3, and check this out, guys. The knight is running out of squares. No, no. No, no, because both of these walk into a fork. You see that? So you can't go there or there or there or there. You can't go there because of my rook, so you're left with 1, 2, 3. If you go here, king b5. No, 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 you're left with 1. And then rook d2, you're trapped. Your knight is trapped. Ooh. So that's why knight a4 doesn't. If you go somewhere else, again, king c5, and he's getting trapped. If he tries to go here, rook c3, aha, you still can't go here because this fork. You have to go back, and then rook c2, you're trapped again. Look at that. Wow. This is fascinating. So essentially, what you need to know is that as long as you're in a position like this, where your knight is not getting trapped, it's a draw. As soon as you put your knight somewhere that it gets trapped, now I'm winning. So if you ever find yourself in a rook and a knight endgame, you know what to do. So I'm sure you've had this all the time, right? Yeah, and I think everybody understands why he had to get a knight, right? Because if you get a queen, you get checkmated immediately. Wow, what a game. What a crazy game to get us over 2450. Man. That was something. Okay, we're playing against the 2400. Let's play e4. Let's play e4. d6. All right, let's get the 2 pawns. Let's go knight c3. Okay, I've seen this bishop f4 line. I think I'll try it. There's some traps here where you push e5 right away. I think the trap is if they take and trade queens. But if they do something else, I'm going to have to figure it out because I don't really know this line. He goes back to g8? No, that can't be good, right? There's no way that can be a good move, is it? I think we just be aggressive in a situation like this. I think we just be aggressive. Bishop c4. The guy just played... He's played 5 moves, but 2 of them were moving his knight out and back. There must be a way for me to take a big lead here, right? There must be. So he wants to go d5, okay? He wants to go d5. Option number 1, queen f3. d5, we sack a knight. We now have a bishop hitting this and a potentially very dangerous follow-up. If I let him play d5, I feel like my attack is over. So I'm kind of like ready to sack a piece at this point, to be completely honest with you. Let's go. No fear. No fear, guys. We're doing it. We are 100% doing it. Let's go. And I mean, I get 2 pawns. It's not like I'm not getting anything. I'm getting 2 pawns, which is something. As we saw from the last game, pawns are actually valuable. So we get 2 pawns, but more importantly, we have this and we have this. And the guy has no pieces out except the bishop. So he's going to give me a 3rd pawn. Now he has problems with his rook too. Okay. So let's think about this carefully. If I play knight f3, rook b8 takes, he's going to get this pawn. I do have my a pawn with the rook behind it, which is valuable. Or I could like castle, and then rook b8 I take, and he doesn't get this pawn. Now, then my king, rook a8, he's going to get that pawn. I don't know how smart that is. I feel like the knight needs to come out to f3. And then push the a pawn. Right? Alternatively, I just bring the queen back early so that I don't lose the pawn here. For example, maybe queen e4. and we hold on to all the pawns. Huh. This is fascinating, actually. This is very fascinating. Let's try to hold on to the pawns. So we essentially have 3 pawns for a knight. Which is according to the point values of chess is equal. 3 for 3. Yes, his knight is coming into the game now. Okay, I think we go knight f3. And we get ready to castle. Our king will be very safe over here. And then it will be just a question of rolling our pawns down the board for the win. Let's castle. So he sort of gets away with it, playing knight g8. So I wonder if I had a more powerful move here. It'll be interesting to see what Stockfish would have done. I imagine there must have been something better. Maybe knight f3 instead. I don't know, but here we are. Okay. I'm going to play b3 to shut down the rook, and I'm envisioning c4, and I like that we have this nice pawn chain where everybody's defended, and then we can probably think about playing d5 at some point and get 2 pawns in the center that we can push. So he goes here. This is defended, so c4 should be a good move. c4. Okay, there we go. Get the pawn chain. Now we can get the rook behind. So if you've ever wondered, if you've ever stayed up at night wondering if a knight or 3 pawns is better, you're about to find out. We will answer this question once and for all. Kind of reminds me of the Halloween Gambit, where we sack the knight early and we generally get like 2 pawns for it, and you can like just kind of use your pawns. But this time we have 3, so I'm just, this is probably the weakest spot here because everything else is defended very nicely. So I want to just support that, and I'm envisioning in the future, if I do push this, this is probably where I'm going to want my rook. Yeah, I think I'm okay with the queen trade, honestly. Now, I don't have to. I could play something like knight g5 first, try to get my knight here. Might even be better. Let's do that. So if he takes me, then my knight is going to be jumping into d6. And I'm okay. I'm okay playing this endgame, right? Like, I think the 3 pawns are very good at the end of the game against the knight. So I'm happy with the queen trade. And this d6 square looks really juicy for my knight. Maybe c5, maybe f6, maybe the bishop comes around. Like, we have lots of ways to take advantage of these dark squares too. So I don't know if he's going to really want to take this. Triangles win games. Okay, so he's just going there. I think we just take it and we continue with the plan. That's what I think. He's thinking about which way to take. He takes with the knight. Okay, so I'm gonna go probably to d6 here. Let's jump in. We attack the rook. And I'm almost wondering if there are any tactics that might pop up here. D5 takes. Looks like we lose a pawn. A4, A5. What? That was not on my radar at all. He's sacrificing a rook for a knight and a pawn. Very interesting decision by the opponent. So he's got a threat, and he also has this. So I have to be a little careful, but I think bishop e3 should do the trick. Because if he tries to fork me, I could just move. And if he goes here, I go here. Actually, check here takes... Huh. Wait, what if I go king f1? Hold on. What if I just go king f1? What's he going to play? Knight e2, we take it. Knight c2, we just move. So just king f1, right? Am I missing something crazy? I don't think so. King f1, just to get away from all the shenanigans from the knight. Okay. Whew. So what's the situation? Bishop, bishop, rook, rook. So we have a rook and 2 pawns for 2 knights. Interesting. But my pawns are very beautiful. Right? I mean, look at these pawns. So I'm happy with this. I think I'm happy with this. These guys are going to be very dangerous. I think I'm going to go here, get away from any potential nasty tactics, and set up to start pushing these babies. We're going to play b4, c5, c6, right? That's what we're going to do. Okay, fine. I guess we go here, attack the knight. We do have a target sitting over there. He's going to give it to me. Ah, he wants this. I see that. So f4 should be a good move. If rook takes, we take. Bishop takes. What about c5? Do we have any tactics that make it work? c5, rook takes. Takes. All right, we got to figure this out, guys. We got to figure this out. f4. What's my response against this? I take. Well, then he's going to take with his bishop. I take. He's just going to take. I don't like that. c5. If he takes with the knight, I take, boom. We win it. Okay, so he's got to take with the rook. So I take. He takes. I take. He takes. I go here. He moves. I go down. We're going to win. Unless I'm miscalculating, I think we're going to win. I will show you guys. I'll show you exactly how this is going to work. Boom, 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 boom. Doesn't do it. He doesn't all that, and he doesn't do it. What a sad, sad day. Maybe now I play f4. Trying to undermine this because obviously we would take his knight. And if he plays f6, he's now blocked his bishop. So we can simply take. And we win a pawn. We win a pawn in a game where we already have a lot of pawns. That's a big deal. Pawns are the underrated heroes in chess. What's the guy? There's a famous chess player who said pawns are the soul of chess. I forget who it was at the moment, but somebody said it. I know somebody said it. Okay, this guy's pretty clever with the knights, though. I have to give it to him. He's not making this easy for me. He's not making this easy. I would love to be able to get this, but I don't think I have time. Do I? What's he going to do? He's going to take it? I'm going to take it? All right, let's go. We gotta get the pawns going. We have to try. A lot of times in situations like this, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Probably worth it. It's probably worth it to sack my rook just to get the pawns going. I think it is. But what if he takes this? That's my question. Then I go b5. He takes me. I take him. He takes me. I take him. He takes me. Let's go. Let's just go. I don't know. I think we have to just push and hope that there's some tactic. A lot of times when you have these pawns rolling down the board like this, there's going to be some trick at the end of it all that helps you win. Trying to count on that fact. Could be wrong. It could be wrong, but takes b5. Rook takes, let's just say. Bishop takes, takes, b6. King comes over, takes. It doesn't work. It doesn't actually work. So b5. If I take with the rook, does that change anything? No, it's the same position. That's the exact same position. b6, king, or b7. He takes me. The problem, guys, is check. He has to go back. We go here, but he's got that knight move. And the knights defend each other. That's the problem. I don't know how to get around that. Okay, he didn't play the line that I was afraid of. This is much better, I think. We keep the 3 pawns. This is much better. Takes. No, I don't think we're ready to do that just yet. c6. Oh, wait. c6? c6 looks really good. c6 looks really, really good. Let's go. Connected pawns are a force to be reckoned with, guys. If you didn't know that, you are about to find out. You are about to find out. Question is, what's the win? Is it d7 followed by the bishop coming in? Is it... He wants to sack. That's what he wants to do. What if I play d7? He can't take. He goes here, but then bishop b6 and we win. If he goes over c7 and we win, we just win. I think we just win here. Power of the passed pawns, guys. I think he had a chance when he, back over here, if he would have just ignored the rook and focused on the pawns right here by taking this, and then push, and then do, no, this line, takes. We were going to have a really interesting endgame, but his knights were connected, and I think he was okay. Now, yeah, no, this has got to be a win for me. This has to be a win. Yeah, there's no way you can survive this. So he's going to bring his king. So probably I just go here and here. If I push... Yeah, I think we just attack this. I think this should be a win for me. Because his king's going to have to go over there. And my king, in theory, should be able to mop up the pawns. In theory. Might still be a little tricky, though. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to have to just hope that this works. Basically. You just have to hope that this works. Do I play h4 or do I go here is the question. Let me go here. Is this even a win for me? I don't even know anymore. Is this even a win? Maybe it's not. Man. It's a draw. Oh, shoot. It's a draw. How did I not win that game? Okay, I've probably had like 15 different wins. Probably had like 15 different wins. Man. Yeah, we were way ahead. We were way ahead, as I expected. C6 was winning. B5 was winning. Okay, the best way was just bishop f4, not give him the opportunity. I just assumed, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I just assumed this was a winning position for me. I underestimated how quickly his king was going to come over. Now, Stockfish does say it's still a win for me. Yeah, it is. It is. So I just messed something up. What did I mess up? Oh, I gave up the pawn too early. I gave up the pawn too early. Dude, all I had to do was play h4. Let's say he does somewhere in a move. Now I can give it up. Because I have a pawn further advanced. And now it's a win for me because this guy's going to become a queen. And he can't push. That's all I had to do. But by giving it up super early, it's different. And now, even if I do play h4, his king apparently gets back in time. Yep. And it's a draw. Oh. Dude. That one hurts. I mean, a draw's not awful. I only lost 1 point, but we had an easy win. That's just bad. That's really bad. Okay. But I thought that my opponent... Let me go back. That was a blunder. Wow. Oh, yeah, because of bishop e2. Right. I thought he could have just taken this. And then taken this. And then taken this. And then I was calculating this endgame. Which, I don't know what's happening. I guess it's okay for black because the knights are protecting each other. I was probably going to run my king up and try to do something. But his king's going to come over too, and I don't really know. I can't go there. That's a fork. Yeah, it would have been very tricky against the two knights. It would have been because my pawns are not connected, right? Wow. Blunder Ghost. Steven, what's going on? All right, let's go, guys. We got to get that one behind us. That was brutal. It was brutal. We're playing at 22.95. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. People whose rating is in the 90s are very dangerous because they want to get over that hump. They want to. This guy's like, oh, I'm so close to 2,300. I'm right there. I'm right there. So you got to be careful. By the way, King's Gambit. King's Gambit is the opening we're covering this month in Chess 5's Academy. So why not play it? I've been looking at a few lines. Oh, we might get to play. Okay, let's go bishop c4. There's a line here, guys, g4, where we castle. We just castle. I would love to see that. I would love to see it. Is he going to let us do it? It's called the Muzio Gambit, where you give up your knight. But that seems to be the theme of this stream. Like, oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Muzio Gambit. You give up your knight so that you can basically just like get all your pieces lined up on the square. That's it. Like your queen's coming out with the rook, the bishop, everything is going for this 4-move checkmate square. And there's actually a double Muzio Gambit where you sacrifice this bishop too. Oh, he's supposed to play queen f6. He was supposed to play queen f6. And then you would play e5, and then you would sack the bishop, and then you would play d4 and sack the other bishop, except he can't take it because it's pinned. It's really cool. This one, I don't think is the right move. I think he messed this up. So now I don't believe we even need to sack the bishop anymore. I think now we might be able to just play. I mean, I guess technically you could still sack it. You could still sack it and then play d4 with the very powerful threat. But I think it just makes more sense to maybe just play this right away. Yeah, because this wouldn't be an option if the queen was on f6, because he could come in here, right? So, Muzio Gambit. Let's go d4. Let's go d4. We're going to come out here with the bishop and hopefully checkmate this guy in a couple of moves. We've got King's Gambit. Like, you have to have some major courage to play it, but it's also one of the most fun when you get, especially when you get positions like this. The only reason I stopped playing the King's Gambit a long time ago was because people just kept playing d5, which is a really good response, and it kind of just takes the sting out of the King's Gambit. But if people would have accepted it all the time, I would still be playing King's Gambit to this day, guarantee you, because I just really like these positions. Okay, let's see. I think we just take this, right? What is he going to go queen g4? Is that his plan? No, I don't care about that. Let's take it. Queen g4, of course, I'm not going to trade queens, of course. So I'm going to move somewhere. The question is where? Maybe here? Just to hit him from all different angles. Queen e3 also looks pretty good, just to keep the center pawns defended. Yeah, let's see. Which one do we want to do? Which one? Does he have any threats? Not really. He doesn't really have any threats. Everything's defended. This is a pretty good threat. He probably would play something like, oh, bishop e6. Then we have this, though. So how does he defend it? He brings his queen, maybe, but then we got the rook. We've got the knight. I like it. I like it. Let's go. All right, so our opponent has a big problem. We're going to just take this pawn. But he doesn't have a good way to defend it. Okay, so he uses his queen. Well, the first question is, if I play bishop e5 and sack this and then jump in with the bishop, or maybe even with the rook, is that worth sacrificing another piece, right? Probably not. I probably should develop another piece. I can also think about e5. Oh, he is threatening this pawn. He is attacking my pawn. Not a big deal. We can just move. So knight c3 or e5. Oh, you know what? Hold on. There might even be a tactic. Takes. Check. And we take a rook. Wow. So what's, hold on. But we have to be careful because we already sacrificed a piece. So if we give up another piece, then queens get traded. Then we go check. We're down 2 pieces. If he moves and we get a rook, I mean, yeah, it might be okay for us, but I don't think we want to. I don't think we want to do that. We want to keep the pressure up while we have him on the ropes. So let's go knight c3. Let's go knight c3 first. Now it gives us options with this rook. I don't care if he takes my pawn. I'm just going to move. Now I have options of knight d5, and I'm still thinking about e5. The reason I might want to play e5 is because if I can take here, we've now opened up the e file, and guess what? Gives us direct access to the king. Wow. The guy actually just played h5? No way, dude. No, I'm sorry. That seems like one of the worst moves on the board. It's too slow. He's got to like get some pieces out or something in my mind anyway. h5, dude. Okay. Well, I could still do the same line that I looked at earlier. Now it's even better because he played h5 and I played knight c3, which is a very useful move. So we could, but is there something even better? Like now maybe bishop e5 takes rook takes f7 makes more sense because we have a knight ready to follow it up. Also another rook. So that seems pretty good. Also just e5. I mean, just the simple e5 looks pretty powerful as well, because once we take that, forget about it. So the issue now for me is I have so many potentially good moves, I can only play one. So we really need to figure out which one we're going to commit to. Something tells me it should be e5. Something just tells me it should be e5. But is that right? Is that right? So let's just say he plays knight c6. I take. He takes. I play check. He blocks. Do I have a win? I don't actually know, guys. I don't actually know. This one. Let's say he goes, g5 maybe. It's hard to say where he would go. And then what? We play rook f1 or knight d5 or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I got to make a decision before I lose on time. Man. Let's go e5. Let's go e5. I'm not sure. This one feels like it. This guy's actually... What does he do? Is he playing his own game? He's like, I don't care. I'm just pushing this. I don't really know what to say about that. I'm going to take this. I don't know what this guy's doing. I really don't. Now I can even take here and here. I mean, he's just ruining this game. He's ruining this game. Okay. Dude is not even thinking. Yeah, now he's done. Let's see. We take check. We just hide. Alternatively, I take here with check. And then the knight comes in. The other rook could start with the check first. Let's do that. Start with the other check. You can't do this, guys. You cannot play the King's Gambit and then just randomly push your H pawn down the board. You just can't do that. There's no way. The only way I don't win this game is if I somehow make a huge blunder and miss like an obvious way to win. But I mean, just look at this. All of my pieces. I'm like in shock that these are the last couple of moves he played. I'm in shock. Okay, let's go. There is a check, but I'm just going to tuck my king. Has to be winning for me. Has to be. I guess I could even play rook f2, but I don't really want to go backwards with my rook. h3, I mean, check. There must be a mate, right? Yeah, that must lead to checkmate. But I don't think he can do that. So yeah, like king h1. Queen takes, king h1 should be the move. Hmm. 97. Okay. I think I'm going to go here. Hit the queen. Also take away an escape square from the king. Also attack here. And also, and probably most importantly, my queen now can swing all the way over if I need to. So there's ideas like this, right? Muzio gambit. So much fun. So much fun. I think there might even be a triple Muzio gambit. I don't remember what the triple Muzio gambit is, but where you sack like 3 pieces. It's crazy. It's really crazy. King's Gambit is one of those old openings that is just so much fun. Okay. Let's look for checkmates, guys. Like there must be a checkmate. Check, he takes. Check, no, he takes me. Check, his knight is defending. I guess I can go rook f1. Queen e3. I don't want to trade queens. We do have to defend the rook. That would be checkmate. So, or not checkmate, but that would be bad for us. So I guess we go rook f1. Rook e2. No, we're going to get mated. Okay. I don't want to lose on time. Let me go here. Queen g5. Okay. Where's the win? Where's the win, guys? This is crazy. This is actually crazy. I have 42 seconds somehow. I'm going for the rook. I'm going for this. Don't think this is checkmate. He has b6. He finally got his pawn there. Finally got his pawn there. That's what he wanted. I do have to be careful for some checks here, but it's covered. I'm still threatening this. I'm still threatening this if I can figure out where the bishop goes. What else am I? Am I threatening anything else? Check, check. I don't see if it's a mate. This guy's position is so bad. If I don't win this game, I am going to quit chess, I think. I literally just might quit chess if I don't win this game. Jack, it's not even mate though. Check. How is there not a checkmate? It's unbelievable. Okay, I could play rook f3. I could play rook f3. Maybe I go queen g7. He takes my knight? I forgot he could even do that. This is just... I can't believe this is happening, guys. Cannot believe this is happening. I'm going to lose on time. I might actually be losing on the board now, too. How? How? How can you play like this guy and win? I don't understand. There must be some mistake. There must be some serious mistake. Ugh. Yeah, he's just going to win. He's just going to win now. It's amazing. Actually amazing. Yeah, he wins. Okay. I don't know what happened. Either I will tell you what happened. Either we were playing a cheater, or he got really, really lucky, or something else. But that I don't know. But I think it's one of those two things. I think it's one of those two things. There's no way. There's just no way you can play H5, H4, and not lose the game. Yeah, there's no way. Maybe he just got super lucky. I don't know. Okay, we knew Queen G5 was bad. We played the best move. Played the best move. We played a good move. Best move actually was Queen E3. Okay, fine. We played a good move. Best move. Yeah, it's an awful move, right? It's an awful move. It's an awful move. I played the best move. I played the second best move. No, I didn't. Third best move. Okay, still a good move. He plays the third move. He was just playing bad moves. He was just playing awful moves. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. I have a forced checkmate. I just didn't see it. Queen F7 is a forced checkmate. Oh, you just take all his pieces. That's what you do. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I mean... Oh, this was the winning move, by the way. This rook back. Wonder why. Anyway, King's Gambit's a lot of fun as long as you don't throw it away like that. I'm like, this is like one of the worst losses in history for me. This is just unbelievable. You just can't do that. And yet that's exactly what he did. Anyway, the other one I was going to show you guys. So this is the Muzio Gambit. If they would have gone Queen F6, you can play E5 and Bishop F7, the double Muzio Gambit. And I don't know. No, that's not the triple. There's a triple Muzio Gambit somewhere around here too, but I don't remember what it was. This one's not actually a piece sacrifice because they can't take you because it's a pin. was playing like a 1000. Yeah, he was. I mean, I'm so mad at myself. That's just H5, H4. Like I can't like if you were to like look at the board and try to come up with like the worst move possible, it would probably be like this and this, you know? I don't think you could come up with a worse move. But it's my responsibility to be able to find the winning line, and I couldn't do it. I think I was talking too much, actually. Probably got a little overconfident, talking too much, wasn't paying attention to the time. You know, that actually makes a big deal. Like, I only had 26 seconds. I needed more time. Man. All right, we got to get back above 2450. Last game. I can't believe that. I told you guys, the ones ending in the 90s. They're dangerous. They're super dangerous. D4. What are we going to do against D4? Let's play Knight F6. London. Let's play the King's Indian. I got to pee again. I'll be back. Okay, how much time did we spot him? A couple minutes? All right, no problem. So King's Indian. We're going to fianchetto. 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 However you want to say it. Fianchetto the bishop. We're going to castle. We're going to put the knight here. And usually e5 is a pretty good strategy, so let's go ahead and do it. Takes. Take with the pawn. Okay. I kind of want to go here and attack his bishop. He's going to go back. I don't know why. I just like my knight sort of sitting there. Let's do it. And a lot of times when you play the King's Indian, like the F5 move is a good thing to think about. And so I'm sort of setting that up. I don't know if I'm quite ready for it just yet. Oh, he goes here. Was not expecting that one. G5 looks pretty decent for me, no? If he takes, of course, I win a piece. If he goes back, I'm happy. I guess the only question is, what if he attacks my knight? Maybe knight c5. Takes. Interesting. Very interesting. G5 bishop here, knight c5 takes. Takes. He actually can take my pawn. That's fascinating. That is very fascinating. It'll be a pawn sacrifice. But we'll have the file. I think we have a good position. All right, that's fine. Let's go. I'll go for that line. I'm expecting he plays bishop d3. Because if he has to go back here and allows me to get his bishop, probably not going to be good for him. It messes up his pawns. This is a weakness, and I keep my bishop, keep the bishop pair. So I would expect he was thinking about something like bishop d2. Oh, maybe knight d2 also. Oh, no, no, he is going to go back. Wow, okay. I did not expect that. Okay. If I push, how does that look for us? Knight jumps over here. Knight e5. Maybe that's good. Maybe it's not good. We could also try to fianchetto over here. We could play c6 and let the queen out to attack this way. Knight c5 to jump in here also pretty good. But then this is a weakness if the queens get traded. Okay, so h6 maybe. Okay, I don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to need to make a decision here. Let's think. I'm a little bit concerned with this, actually. I'm a little bit concerned with that. Okay, I'm going to play h6. It's a weird move, I know. But I really want to play knight c5, potentially trade queens, and open up my bishop. Okay, and now my pawn is defended, so I'm not losing a pawn. Okay. This is good. I'm happy to trade queens here. Okay, he doesn't want to, but now we have some pressure there. We have this. We can just bring out the bishop. Let's just bring out the bishop. Okay, now my position feels much more stable. We've got the pieces developed. We just need to do what? Let's go c6. Give my queen a nice square. Okay, queen's on a good square too. Rook d8 can happen next. Knight c4 is interesting. I don't think we want to give up our bishop. He plays b4. Okay. Probably have to go back. Only move that I see. a5 if we want to go here. He wants to play a5. Interesting. Knight c4 is the idea. Wait, I have a check. What am I even saying? How long was that sitting there for? Oh, it just happened. Okay. Rook d8. Bishop d5. I mean, when you have a position like this, you want to think about, okay, which piece is not doing anything? It seems like this rook's not doing anything, so I guess let's just make it do something. Okay, if we take, he takes, his bishop is pretty active, but then we could play knight f6, and we do have a pretty nice, nasty threat. Alternatively, my queen is almost trapped. All right, let's take it. We'll go here. If he takes me, I take back. I'm threatening knight e4 because remember, the rook is pinned. So this is a pretty big deal. Okay. Remove that just in case. I don't think they're going to take it, actually. So yeah, knight e4 is what I want to do. So how do you stop that if you're white? Bishop d3. We fork them. How do you stop this? Knight d2 looks like an awful move. I don't know what I would do, but maybe just knight d5 or something. King h1 to get away from the pin. Nope, that loses immediately. Yeah, white's gonna kind of have a problem here. It's hard to find a move for white. Well, they go rook e1. Okay, that's a move. Yes, that is a move. Rook E1. Okay, sure. Is 95 a problem? Is 95 a problem? I didn't see Rook E1. That's a good move. I totally missed that one. Man. Might be in trouble now. Unless I can figure out a way out of this mess. Because Queen F4 to defend, and I was walking into a bunch of attacks. Takes that way. Almost looks like I should have a tactic. I just don't see anything here, guys. Wow. I could play knight d5. Maybe I should just do it. Maybe I should just do it. Because the big weakness in my position is this f7 thing with the knight, the rook, and the bishop, right? So I'm trying to prevent that. Also, get my bishop activated. Knight d5 seems like the move. Let's pre-move this recapture. Seems like our opponent's playing too fast, so they might make a mistake if they keep it up. Let's keep our eyes peeled for that. 93, I'm threatening. They might take this. If they take this and play like knight d4, what happens? We just take it. So knight e3 is a threat. Maybe queen e3 now could be good. I'm also threatening c3. I just noticed that. Okay. Maybe they will take the knight. Nah, but bishop against knight with pawns on both sides of the board. I mean, that should be pretty good for me, actually. Okay, they do take it. All right, so interesting. Very interesting. Let's trade pawns. Trade pawns, because I have this really annoying pin, and now he has to worry about the bishop too. And this. Now, I don't have a problem here. So this looks super shaky for white. This is my best thing going here. Yeah, this is immediately winning, right? Rook c1 wins immediately if they don't deal with this. Because you can't block because you're pinned. You have to move away and I get a free rook. So, if I'm white, what do I play? Queen d2? But that allows me to take this, right? Check here. Okay, so we take a pawn. I think I run. I could also play bishop f8. But I think I'll just run. Check. Check. Okay, our position's really good. The question is, can we win before we get flagged? That's the question. I thought my position was really good. Can't move that. Ah. Ah. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. This guy's just going to flag us. Man, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Can't move that, Nelson. Can't move the bishop, dude. Okay. Can't get that out of my mind. If I trade the queens, I think we can win. I think we can win if I trade the queens. He's probably going to make me take him. And then Andy over here is going to win us the game. That's my plan anyway. Good old Andy. Question is 8 seconds enough? I don't know. I don't. His knight has to stay there. That's the good news. His knight is stuck. I will keep my g-pawn alive. I will just leave this like this, basically. And then I will go get his knight. Should win. We should win. Who does that? He abandoned the game? I had 7 seconds left. Who does? Why? Why did you do that, bro? Of course you're losing, but 7 seconds. I mean, I don't understand some people's brains. Okay. Anyway, what a mess that game was. Okay, so we had... Yeah, we had a pretty good position. We had a very nice position. Ooh, that was a big mistake. I needed to go queen c7. I let him take that. Okay, so we were actually just equal. It wasn't as good as I thought. But then he let me trade the queens. It would have been a draw if he makes me take this. Because if he makes me take it, he now has a passed pawn that I have to worry about. So I'm not going to be able to do much because I have to keep one of my big pieces here, right? But by taking here, sorry, in the game he took me, now he has no passed pawn. I have nothing to worry about. And he has no way to make a passed pawn. All he can do is trade this, and he has doubled pawns. And now he is the one who has to worry about this. So that's why it's good for me. So the winning plan was essentially going to be to run my king over here. For example, if he takes... Oh, it's my turn. If he takes and does something like this, first I'll take this pawn. And then eventually I'm either going to go this way with my king and take this, or I'm going to go this way and take the knight. So like, for example, if he comes this way, we come over here. We force the knight to move. We go like this. You know, something like this. Somehow we would eventually kick the knight away. I have to figure out exactly how to do that. But you get the idea. If you eventually make the... Actually, how do I do it? How do I do it? I attack it with the bishop. There you go. So I attack it with the bishop, and eventually, you know, you get something like this. You force him to take it, and now it's a winning endgame. Okay? And this should be an easy endgame because Zugzwang. Okay, if you don't know this technique, Zugzwang, you just bring your king. You bring your king. Eventually, you're always going to be able to sneak around. So like, for example, here, he can't keep stopping me because the bishop. Now I can come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. And even if he gets this position where he's defending, okay, I have a bishop. I can always waste a move. And now, guess what? He can't go here. He can't go here. He has to leave. I take the pawn. I get a queen, and I win. Okay? You can always do that because the bishop can just waste time whenever you need it to, and he has no options. If you didn't know that, it's worth noting. $24.49. I have to go, guys. I'm sorry. Next time. $24.50 will have to be next time. Hope you guys learned something and had fun. If you haven't never tried the King's Gambit, highly recommend it. Stay sharp, guys. Play smart. See you next time. Thanks, Rob, Steve, for being here. He's at work and his boss walked in. Yep, that's what it was. His boss walked in and was like, "How did you get into such a bad position? Please stop playing chess." And then he was like, "Fine, I quit."